So Andy, how do you think you're going to feel going out there to defend your title? Is it going to be quite nerve-wracking?
Yeah, I would expect so. I mean, I'm expecting to feel nervous. I'm expecting to feel, some pressure. But yeah, I hope I enjoy it. I mean, it's something I may never get to experience again. And you know, from hearing players talk about it in the past, and I've spoken to Amelie about it as well, that you know, that everyone enjoyed it, and you know, thought it was just it was a great moment the first time they did that. So I'll try to enjoy it if I can.
Do you think it might be quite emotional? You're going to get such an amazing reception when you walk out.
Yeah, well, to be honest, again, I don't know until I walk out there. I mean, it could be, but yeah. It's just a new experience for me, something I've never had to deal with before. So I don't know how I'm going to respond to, you know, whether for me it'll be emotional, nerve-wracking, enjoyable. I don't know, but we'll find out on Monday.
Do you think much about what you achieved last year? What an amazing achievement it was.
I did, like, for the sort of month or two afterwards, you know, I thought about it quite a lot, but after I had the surgery on my back, not really. I haven't thought loads about it until I came back to the grass courts, and then I was getting asked about it, you know, a lot. You know, I got asked about last year's final, the last game, and you know, obviously what it's going to be like coming back as defending champion. But I haven't thought about it that much this year.
Have you watched it?
I've watched the last game. I've watched the last 2 or 3 games. Once or twice, but I've seen the last game probably 9, 10, 11 times, but I have not watched the whole match.
And how does that make you feel when you watch it?
I still feel nervous, to be honest, watching it now. You know, just because of the way the game went. The last game was, I don't know, it was 12 minutes or 13 minutes or something, and the way that it went is obviously a nerve-wracking game for me. It was a very stressful game, the hardest game I've had to play in my career, so yeah, it's still nerve-wracking to watch.
Do you think there's less pressure on you this year because you've done it now?
I think probably from a media perspective and, you know, public perspective, then yeah, there might be a bit less pressure, but I think it's also important to remember the pressure that athletes put on themselves to perform well, and you know, Wimbledon is one of the main reasons why we train hard, spend time in the gym and on the practice court, and for those moments, to play well in those moments. So I put a lot of pressure and expectation on myself to do well and perform well there, and that'll still be the case when I start the tournament.
Do you still want it as much?
Yeah, well, it's different because I'd never won Wimbledon at this point last year, but now I know what it's like, and a lot of people have said, you know, for the few months afterwards I found it hard in terms of motivation. But once you have achieved something like that, you want to try and do it again. You want to give yourself an opportunity to try and do it again. And hopefully I can put myself in a position to do that.
Your results at Wimbledon have always been so consistent. Do you always back yourself, regardless of the position you're in any match on grass, to win it because you do have the knack of playing well on grass?
Yeah, well, Wimbledon has been my most consistent tournament in my whole career. I played my best tennis there, I would say, and yeah, I've improved there most years I've played. I've learned from the experience I've had, from the losses I've had, and yeah, I've come back in a lot of matches when I've been behind there, and you know, when the support's like it was the last couple of years, it makes a huge difference in the matches, and I'll try and use that again this year.
So you've had a bit of time to work with Amelie. How's that going, and how are you getting along?
Yeah, I mean, I've loved it so far. I've really enjoyed having her around. We spent 5 days on the court now. We practice on Sunday every day through until Thursday, obviously today, and yeah, it's been great. We had dinner last night and spoke about, you know, coming back as defending champion and how she handled it and things she did well and didn't do so well. So that's definitely something that she can, you know, help me with over the next couple of days. And then yeah, the practices we've had have been good fun. I've enjoyed being on the court, and that's very important. You know, I've worked hard prepared well, and I've enjoyed it.
So have you actually hit with her?
We're going to hit tomorrow. I'm having a light practice tomorrow, so that'll be the first time we've hit together. She's gone off this evening to get some grass court shoes and some whites. So
To practice.
Yeah, she's going to hit some balls tomorrow.